Well, 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 well. What do we have here? Yeah. You know, Rand, everybody has a bit of trouble in life. And they all deal with it in a different way. Well, no way is better than another. It's just, well, what they do. You see, in my youth, I used to drink a lot. See? I used to drink a lot. And, well, I got over it when I was like in my 30s. But there was a long period of time I just sat there and drank and drank and drank and drank and drank. And that's all I did. I kept having visions of this blonde woman who is a vision of like looking at the sun, you know. I actually met that woman once. I was at some type of horse show, racing, whatever you call those things, rodeos. And I ended up seeing her by mistake, and she caught my eye. She was on a horse, and I was in the way, and said something like, "Look out, where you're going," whatever, and walked on by. And she ended up disappearing, so I kept, hung around. I was thinking about making a play for her. I was like in my late 20s by then. And looked just like the woman I've always saw my entire life. Well, she came around, and then there was this older guy to her left, and a somewhat older guy to her right. And she looked sort of friendly with the one on the right. So I just packed my bags and left. I didn't really say anything. Well, I ended up did meeting that woman, Rand, and like I said, everybody has ways of dealing with their problems. Yep. Cheers, Rand. Pity. It's a dead soldier. Man, I just got that bottle, too. But yeah, sit there and drink all the time, man. That's what I did. It was the only way to deal with the dreams and the visions. It's like looking at a ray of sunshine, Rand. You know what I mean? I mean, perfection in all your imagination. Well, like I said, I did meet her at a horse place, and I ended up finding her quite close to here. Her and I were supposed to have been married, Rand. Legally married. By her declaration, by the laws of God, she is my wife. And I have to treat her as such. Hurts sometimes, I mean, she made this whole line of nonsense up, and I wasn't even around. So it sort of gets to you, Rand. You know what I mean? You sort of wonder what's going on, what did I do wrong, and what the hell's going on? And she has this bad habit. I mean, we both have a friend. His name is John. He's a real good guy. It took me a while to get to know him, really, because he kept coming off in a certain way, and I just didn't know how to take him. I guess it was me not understanding what he was really trying to say and that kind of thing. And, well, we got to be friends. But anyhow, her and him were having a fight, and it was like a Sunday, I think. And, I mean, I noticed they were fighting. I left a little short PM. I said, okay, have fun. I'll talk to you when I get back. And I was gone. I went from I love you to I don't want to ever see you again and I hate you. Pretty hard thing to take from a woman you've been dreaming about your entire life. Pretty hard, Rand. So, you know, habits are like an old comfortable pair of shoes you just fall back on. And I've been doing it ever since. But that's my problem, Rand. I mean, I miss my wife more than anything in the world. Although she was not, as far as state law or laws of this nation, my wife. But she is my wife according to the law of God. It's a long, drawn-out story. I won't bother your brain with details, but it is the law of God. Just trust me that it is. But you see, you do the same thing, Rand. You sit there and you just stirred a lot of shite with everybody. Because you feel that somebody failed you along the way. You know, like I wanted her to be with her now. Didn't matter where. It could be where I am now or where she is. I didn't care. I just wanted her there. Well, it makes me wonder, what do you want, Rand? I mean, did somebody like ignore you and you just felt like you were betrayed or what? I mean, you can't make other people pay for somebody else's mistakes. Just can't do that, Rand. I mean, I miss my Mo Ghra. I miss her every single day. And there's hardly a moment that passes I don't think about her. But I'm not sitting there pulling everybody else into my little nightmare. I mean, I dream about her. I think about her. I mean, I just can't get away from it, Rand. Sort of like a trap. But it's a trap I said I would do. And my word is given. Her word is given. So it is. So I can't exactly walk away from her, even if she treats me like trash. So, you know, it's the same thing with you. Somebody treated you bad in your past, dead soldier. You can't punish other people for that mistake. Now, you can deal with it however you want to deal with it, but you don't need to drag somebody else into your nightmares. Then the other flip of the coin made me wonder and said, you know, maybe Rand, maybe he's just a lonely type of guy. Wants a little pity. You know, he's mad at Bruce. Bruce has a medical condition. One I didn't know about. That's the reason Bruce got mad at me for a long time, and I didn't know why. He just assumed I knew, and I didn't know. Yeah. Well, getting a bit crowded here. So you take care of that, Rand. And you think about what I said. If you need attention or you need somebody to talk to you, I'll talk to you, man. If that's really what you want, I'll talk to you. But if you're just going to go out and tick people off just to make yourself look like an ass, Rand, I'm just going to have to bring you down. As soon as you start going after my brothers, just because they don't agree with you, then I'm going to have to do what I got to do, you know? I won't do that. I'm sick of fighting, Rand. I made a statement to Ron the moron, and I said, Ron, if I had a choice in my life, maybe it wasn't Ron, maybe it was a little thing of you. And I was, anyhow, I was saying, If I had my choice, I'd leave all you idiots behind. Because I'm sick of the fighting. I'm sick of the arguing. I'm sick of all the nonsense. I am. It's a circular argument that goes nowhere. I mean, I just recently dealt with an atheist who just wanted to play his new pet ploy just to be an ass. And I knew what he was doing because I was reading it. I use something called logic. I also use psychology. I also use other things that I've learned along the way. And a lot of it, Rand, I didn't want to learn. I was just forced to learn it. But when I learned something, Rand, well, it sort of sticks. Sort of sticks. And what most people don't know here is I am definitely nobody's fool. I might believe somebody's going to do exactly what they say. Because if they're honorable, then they're going to do so. You can call that a bit of naivety. But that's what I think. But I'm also the type of person that doesn't like other people becoming asses to my friends. I'll treat you bad and I'll take you down, brother. You'll be on the floor crying by the time I'm done with you. And if you go after my wife, even though her and I haven't spoken in 2 years, that's a road you never want to visit. I mean, her and I, we have our disagreements and our problems. But that's between her and me. That's the reason she got mad at me for doing something, because I absolutely lost my temper. Her, my friend John, they used to sit there and pick on me as she has me blocked out so I couldn't say anything. And it just sort of irked me off after a while. And then it got to the point where it was a big, huge peeve. And I hated that. So I showed her what it was like. Then she comes back and said it was type walking or whatever. Sleep typing, yeah. There's no such thing as sleep typing. Now, she might be articulating that term improperly, but there is no thing called sleep typing. In order to do a task like that requires both spheres of the brain to function, and you cannot do that in a subconscious state. You can't do anything complex asleep. And communication requires both spheres of the brain. I mean, you might be able to answer little short things, but nothing more than that. Which are almost like program responses. Anyhow, we all have our problems, man. I miss my wife. My wife's got her problems, which I'm not going to discuss. And, well, you either want to be a jerk or you're lonely. If you're lonely, I'll talk to you. If you're going to be a jerk, I'm just going to have to take you down, brother. And you're just going to have to drop. Well, I'm going to go finish my rum. And it's half done now. So, you take care, Ron. Rand, same thing. You take care. And I suggest you think about what I've been trying to tell you. This is a war you don't want. And a war you'll lose. Because you don't bring the heat. We do. We're more trained at doing these YouTube fights than you are. I can tear anybody apart. Including myself. See, I know myself better. I know where the weaknesses and I know where the flaws are. And everybody else, I just see right through them. And it's just as simple as having a painting on the wall and telling somebody what's on the painting. For me, it's just a God-given gift, along with the rest of it. Unfortunately, I didn't understand it when I got it, and I made a lot of mistakes in my life. But those were my mistakes, Ran. And I sort of think of you two as like Mutt and Jeff. But like I said, those are my problems, and I will deal with my own. And the only thing in this world I need that I don't have is my wife. Talk to God as often He wants to talk to me. Doesn't talk to me about the world, talks to me what I need to hear. Sometimes I don't like what He has to say. But I didn't listen to him when I made that video on her. So he said that was the price I had to pay. He wanted me to remain silent and say nothing. Well, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, Ran. Well, you have a good day. And I'll talk to you later, and I'm going to go back to my room. Check you out. This is Girk. I'm clear.